podcast. We're done. We're live.
Hey man, I was just hearing you speak with Mr. Westford about like the cultural change and what's going on and what's needed for let's say for a lasting change in the view of like all of this madness around us. And
Yeah.
I was gonna say a couple of things. They might be contradictory, but like if you really think about them, they're both true. One is that what we think of as traditions tend to be established super quick, and like they need not be like super ancient. Like, for example, we now associate Italians with, let's say, tomatoes and olive oil, but tomatoes, they're a new world. They're a new world fruit, right? Same with, I don't know, the Irish and potatoes. Like potatoes are from the Americas. So the idea that traditions cannot be, let's say, taken up quick. Also coffee's from the new world. um like the Danish love coffee, like
And me.
tradition. So like some traditions are older than others, and some like they can be established super quickly. Like for example, I don't know, even with tech, looking at your phone, um like those kinds of things, they're established super quickly. So the question is, what do people want to adopt more than a vague notion of, let's say, moving towards tradition? Because what I see happening right now in politics is that, for example, Trump is more of he's more of a centrist candidate. If you really think about it, because like take the people that voted for him. um like the majority of like Latino people, you can hear like leftists making like super stupid comments, but that have a point, which is they say, I'm gonna paraphrase, "To hell with Latinos and Arabs. Hope they all get deported and banned." And why do I say this? Because like some of Trump's supporters would really be in favor of deporting anybody who's not white. Like,
Mhm.
and that's for real opposition. I even understand it. It's not like I don't understand it. Um,
Yeah.
in fact, if I were to go on my own, like, gut, I would go, yes, yes, that's the way. But like then you think about it and you have to like discern, no, 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 there are people who want to be, let's say, American or whatever. Even what you guys were talking about, Vivek Kumarswamy, like I really don't like an Indian like guy pretending to be like an expert on the founding fathers, and he does his shtick so that he gets to be more American than the Americans, and then speaks about faith because he has to, let's say, overcome the serious threshold that his ethnicity implies. And I don't want to like undermine or underplay the racial concerns that some people have, but at the same time, it's like, no, 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 that's not the way we do stuff. And neither in Christianity nor in regular politics. Like you can you can you can definitely like have uh, a tribe of people who is subjugated, and I think that's the proper lens with which to read the like these elections. It's like my champion defeated your champion. Now your tribe like is undermined. So shut
Yeah.
up. Like that. It's as simple as that. So in that sense, it's like I think people need to be reminded of that constantly, and power needs to be exercised. But at the same time, it's like we haven't solved, like Trump hasn't solved the fundamental divide within, let's say, American politics. And I don't mean the divide between like Democrats and Republicans. I think that's a stupid divide. I mean the divide between God and man. I mean the divide between, let's say, what I see as Orthodox Christians trying to repent towards the kingdom of heaven, and like Satanists. I mean that's the real divide. And we can
Well, there's
glow
not
to.
only Orthodox Christians trying to do that.
No, I mean everybody to a certain degree is trying or not to get closer to God. But what I mean in the sense of, and this is, I know you're a Protestant, John. Like I don't mean this to demean Protestantism at all. I mean to say that if one believes that God needs to, let's say, become manifest in a political body for there to be justice. If justice means participating in God, then there has to be a way in which the ruler is himself subject to God. And Trump, for example, is not a Christian. Trump likes to put on the images of Christianity, but in reality, he's not a Christian. And
Yeah,
beyond
I would
that, and I don't say this to like dampen the spirits of the people. Like those who want to celebrate, go ahead, celebrate. I'm not saying like don't celebrate. On the contrary, but I mean, I think it's important to know what you're celebrating, because you can be like celebrating you know for the wrong reasons. And I think that the right reasons would be like trying to see this as an opportunity for the country to repent and to move closer to God. And like that's the way I want to see what's happened. Not only that, I wanted to make a comment on, let's say, the state of the people's souls, in the sense of, I think there's a dark side to this election, um, which proved to us what we already knew all along, which was like most people, well, not most people, but a very important section of the population is insane and demonically possessed. Like we already knew that was happening, and that we have to address it. Like it's not a matter of you do you, I do myself. It's not like, guys, you won. Like Trump won. We've won. Why are you guys like not taking this opportunity to like reconstitute society from the bottom up? And I think that's what needs to happen, in the sense of like rethinking how like relationships ought to be punctuated, the way in which, like if somebody is rude to you, of course the Christian way is to like not try to, not try to add fuel to the fire. But at the same time, there has to be like a middle position between, oh, I let you do anything, or I will kill you because you're my enemy. Like there has to be a middle position, which is like, uh no, I have the authority now. You're gonna do what I tell you, or I'm gonna put you in jail, right? Stuff like that. For example, there was this video that was doing the rounds on Twitter. It was an old video from a previous, I think, from the 2016 election, that an old woman was, not the 2000, well, see, yeah, the 2016 election. A woman was on a plane sitting next to a Trump supporter, and she was like telling him off about electing Donald Trump. And like they removed, like the plane was about to take off, but they removed the old lady who was like pestering this guy, um and like they didn't allow her to fly. It's like those kinds of like things are what's necessary to discipline society. Like there needs to be a real consequence for someone like mouthing off stuff. It's like if someone, like, I don't know, you're out with your girlfriend, a man like walks, like sees you together and still tries to hit on her in front of you, you should be able to tell the man to leave, or else, right? You
Mhm.
should be able to tell the man, it's like, you're disrupting this situation. I don't want you. You're not invited to this situation, right?
Yeah.
And but like the problem is that you can never know what will happen in terms of like if the police gets involved. Like let's say you beat the shit out of the person because they want to like keep pestering you. It's like, because they keep transgressing the boundaries you set. Can you trust the police to understand the situation and let that be? Because that requires a form of, let's say, interpreting of the law that is following the spirit of the law, not necessarily the letter of the law. But the problem is when you have like policemen who have no accountability and no relationship with the community, when they're just like faceless bureaucrats, like you're gonna go to jail for doing something that was super reasonable, which was like, no guy, you need to stop interrupting this. You don't get to like barge into my life this way.
Yeah.
And I feel like the problem that in the West is that we've, in order to, let's say, safeguard in this, if we want to safeguard the the policeman from being let's say pursued, and the policeman has no virtue, then we have this problem of let's say bureaucrats uh, trying to, let's say, be arbitrary and like betray the spirit of the law in the name of the letter of the law. And this is what I'm fundamentally uh concerned with, because these women, like, when it comes at least to men and women relationships, women, I feel, in my experience, they feel like they can do anything because they have no consequences. And no, they need to be shown that there are consequences. They need to be locked. They need to be let's say put back in their place. The
I'm
state is,
losing you, buddy.
yeah,
All right, you're back.
my yeah, no, my internet's super bad. Like what I was going to say
Me
was
too.
like that the state is defending people who are abusing, let's say, the protection of the state. And like now that you have, let's say, the legitimate authority, you should definitely implement it. So no more white knighting, no more like women can do anything, no more people get to be insane in the in like in businesses or in the public sphere. It's like if I had a business, I wanted, and this is a very American thing, I wanted to be able to tell the person to get the hell out of my business. I want to have, and that's something that was lost. Remember the guy who was forced to make the gay wedding cake? That shit, that should not fly. That should not fly. Go ahead, John.
No, yeah, no, keep going. I was going to show you something about, like, I don't know if you ever saw the Star Wars guy that had the troons coming inside his place.
No, I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll try to find it real quick. But go ahead, keep going. Keep cooking. Keep cooking.
I was saying basically, dude, there are a lot of good things in the American tradition that they need to be transfigured. Like you cannot be let's say an absolutist about like rights, in the sense of like, oh, you set foot on my property, now I'm gonna shoot you. Like you gave me the rights to shoot you. Like that's not moral. That's not moral. But but
I
but
would
no. It depends on the situation. Now, if a person
Yeah.
like comes to your property with the intent of like robbing you or threatening you,
Yeah.
then you can forcibly remove them. Now, when it comes to the law, I think that the law shouldn't be let's say something that is simply following a dead procedure, which is like, oh, so this is the crime, this is the punishment. It should be mediated by people who are moral and who have a moral authority. Now, you guys won an election, but like in a sense, the jury is still out. Like, are you going to be able to get the correct judges? Are you going to be able to delegate authority to the proper people? Let's see that.
Well, I mean, like, we don't know yet so far about that. I mean, we're gonna That's one of the scary things right now. Is like we're gonna have to try to. We're gonna have to see how that goes. Yeah. Have you ever seen this before?
No.
You're gonna put that up and you're gonna let everybody else see it. Well, everybody when you're confronted by a trans woman, you're gonna hide it. Everybody loves it. No, I don't think so.
He has a sign. Like this is a guy where he's like he has a Star Wars memorabilia shop, and then out front of his sign, out front of his store, he has a sign that says "Women are women" or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They post it. 9 out of 10 customers love it.
Yeah, you know what? It's bullshit.
No, what you're spouting is bullshit.
No, it's not.
It
Trans
is.
women are women, sir. That sign is bullshit.
I'll tell you what. Just check it out. It ain't bullshit.
I'm telling you right now, as a trans women are women.
Well, I'm telling you, as a man, that's bullshit.
Just look at that. Just look at that. He says, that's your average hottie right there.
It's total bullshit.
Okay.
You know what? Nobody confronts your ass. That's the problem.
Really?
Really? What the,
Yeah.
what the fuck is
You know
going
what I
on?
have
Do you know how many people you've embarrassed at City
wow.
Hall?
Me and
There have
Oh yeah, and this person here is like a city hall worker within their like city. Yeah.
It's a city
They
hall,
have to
really.
tolerate
You're an
that
embarrassment
shit.
to the city, sir.
Mhm.
You are an embarrassment to this city.
I am a
And I
pillar
make
in the
sure that
city.
Everybody knows.
I'm a pillar in this. Now,
Oh,
you
yeah.
do that. Do you know why? Every time some bullshit like this happens, my sales go up because people are wanting this.
Really.
Really.
We're gonna show them this side of you, and
You do it.
Oh.
You do it. You do it really good. Because guess what?
hopefully we can wake you up.
I would definitely support this business. I don't even like Star Wars.
You don't look like one. and you don't-
I know. I didn't even like Star Wars either. I'm gonna, like,
It's like, yeah.
I'll buy something. You got something for like a couple bucks?
Act like a woman. Really. You're fucked in the head. What's wrong with you?
I'm fucking the
I am confronting you
yes, sir.
that you are an asshole.
And I'm confronting
That you
I am confronting you that you are an asshole.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It is.
Well, I was thinking I was going to be nice,
What?
but no.
Be nice. Be nice. Putting that sign up is not being nice. Putting that sign up is fucked up.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it on my TV out.
Good. Go for it.
But you know why?
Let everybody
Do you know
know
why?
before they walk in.
Why did they cancel Dr. Seuss? No reason at all.
Nobody canceled Dr. Seuss. There are tons of his books still out there.
But the one.
But Dr.
Why?
Seuss himself said those books were racist, and he was ashamed of them, and so they took them off.
Dr. Seuss never said that. He never said that. Are you familiar with Dr. Seuss?
Yeah, the Grinch and all that.
Green
all
eggs
all
and
that stuff.
ham and
Yeah.
the hat.
Yeah.
Let me
His
tell you
estate
this.
took them off because they were wrong.
You are fucked in the head. You're embarrassing.
Based.
You are fucked in the head.
Really, I think
You
you need to look in the mirror.
You
sir.
are an
I think
embarrassment.
you need to look in the mirror when you say that because you're actually.
This is like a 12-year-old like fight. It's like, no, your mom's a hoe. No, your mom's a hoe.
Yeah,
My
exactly.
dad could beat up your dad.
Yeah, my dad be up your dad. No, my dad be up your dad. Well, your mom has a big vagina. No, your mom has a bigger one.
To look in the mirror when you
Oh.
say that because you're actually saying that about yourself.
Well, look at yourself, for Christ's sake. Really.
Look at yourself. For Christ's sake.
For Christ's sakes, who would want to even be close? My God,
Really?
it's horrible.
It's
I don't know why-
horrible.
You are
Why
not.
am I so
You are
horrible to
not
you?
a fucking chick.
Why am I so horrible?
Do you
to
still have a debt?
You know what? That is none of your fucking business.
Do you still have a
That
debt?
is none of
Because if
your
you
business.
do, guess what? Check
Would
it
you-
out.
Would you go to anybody else and ask them about their privates, about their genitalia?
I would.
No.
I would if they are.
Really?
If they're fucking
Really?
nuts.
Really?
How
That's
do you?
so fucking
How do
rude.
you fucking live with yourself?
How do I
Do you
live
know,
with myself
buddy?
openly now.
Nobody.
Thankfully.
Do you think there's one person that really thinks that you're a chick?
I know a lot of people that agree with me and that accept me for who
Do you
I
know-
am. And the fact that you're going to be
Nobody.
here with a sign
Nobody.
like that
Nobody.
is bullshit.
Nobody confronts you. That's the
they
problem.
do.
They're
They do all
They
the
do not.
time.
Well, then what the fuck's wrong with you?
Why
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Doing this?
Why? Because
What?
this is who I am, sir.
Oh, fuck
This
that
is who
shit.
I am.
Fuck that
You
shit.
can't deal with it.
I don't want to deal with it.
You don't want to deal with
you
it.
got
That
that
doesn't
right.
mean that you can put a sign up like that and not get
You-
confronted over it.
you-
And when you are, and you get upset because I'm
You-
upset that you pull this shit,
You make me
That's bullshit.
uncomfortable. Because
really,
you're
get
fucking
the
nuts.
fuck away from me.
Then you get out of my store.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you. And just
Lord have mercy. Lord have
Yeah.
mercy. Yeah, I could see that the owner was trying his best to be good. Like he was trying his best to be good and to not see the other person as like a
Well,
you know as a
like
demon.
I think like that's just like I think that's just kind of human nature. Like we kind of just like don't want to like come out as like right up, just like you're a demon. But like no, we don't want you here. Can you please leave? Be polite, be whatever. But when you start like pushing like, no, this is what I want, and I have the right to do this, and it's like, okay, now you're starting to push the line, buddy. It's like, no,
Yeah.
no, it doesn't work around here like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. There's a lot of unwritten rules of conduct that they shouldn't need to be typified in law. They shouldn't need to be written down. It's like they should be simply lived out. And
Yeah.
the only way for that to happen is to not have the like the woke police, the political correctness, and like the goons, the goons that they spawn, because now the policemen are fundamentally goons. Even if they have, let's say, their hearts in the right place, like they get punished if they don't do exactly as they're told. Like
Yeah.
which basically means that you're mandating injustice. So what I want to see is people, like I want to see people in positions of authority be given the room to act in favor of the principles. It's like what I noticed when I noticed when I was a child. I was in a British school, and I realized that like the adults, like they were always like tailor making like the punishments. It wasn't like they grabbed a book, they read it, and it was like, oh, here's what happens when a person does this. It was like they were actually trying to discipline you because they loved you, and that kind of discipline is priceless. Now, if you, the reason why we don't have this is because we've imbibed the egalitarian ideas of the Enlightenment. It's like we're not equal. You cannot expect a policeman to be earning like minimum wage, risking their lives, and like being like a drone. You need to like have fewer policemen with way more responsibility, way better wages, and you need them to be like stalwart members of the community. You need them to be like on a first name basis with uh with your leaders, with your political leaders. It cannot be like, if not, what you get is this lawlessness. You need judges and policemen to be working together, not to be working opposite each other. Like it cannot be that like everybody's got the same rights like from the perspective of the law. No, no, no. If you're a foreigner, if you're a civilian, like those are different situations. Like, and a judge and a policeman, they need to be like understood to be not simply like civil servants. They need to be proper authorities, and they need to be held up to that standard as well.
You need to be accountable to it.
What
That's
do you
like
mean?
accountable. Like, accountable.
Yeah,
They,
yeah,
they need to be held accountable because, like, I mean, it's crazy. Just like the way that like the police are allowed just to let things go or whatever, and then it's just like, oh, well, I don't know what I can do. It's like, what do you mean you don't know what you can do? You're the police.
exactly. And you got to eliminate all of the paperwork. Like before you had cameras, before you had all of these technological innovations, people still like did their tasks. Now we are relying too much on like the technology, and it's actually hurting us because
I
like
guess
people.
like I
Go
guess you can
ahead.
say like being able to like hold them accountable has became like a bad thing now.
Yeah,
I mean, like
yeah.
now I don't know like how much you are on Twitter or how much all this stuff you are, but like, you get people like arguing about like, oh, is this a justified shooting? Is this justified? It's like if you show threat to a police officer, his automatic right is to put you down, no matter what means it is. Like he has that authority, and he should be able to execute that. And people aren't like, "Oh, you should have tased him." Like the whole George Floyd thing. Like that was just
Mhm.
like it was a guy hyped up on fentanyl, stealing cigarettes with counterfeit money, and then yeah, that guy was to hold him down until backup came around.
Mhm.
He died. He didn't die from anything that happened from the police officer. He died because he
Yeah,
was just pumped up on fentanyl.
yeah,
And there's so
yeah,
many
yeah.
things, and there's so many other like stories like that where people are like, oh, well, like, um, well, this guy, he only came at you with a knife and you had a gun. Did you have to shoot him?
Mm. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm
It's
gonna shoot him.
ridiculous.
I'm gonna shoot him. Well, he should be held accountable because that's not an equal fight. Like, how would you bring a knife? Like, that's just like the old saying, like, would you bring a knife to a gunfight? It's like, he brought a knife to a gunfight.
Hmm. Yeah,
Like,
completely.
sorry, to
Yeah.
derail you.
No, no, no. You didn't derail me. But I was actually in the middle of dinner, so uh, I wanted. I'm gonna have to microwave my food, but I just wanted to jump in and say that because and there are many more thoughts percolating through my mind, but who cares? But it's been nice talking, John, like
Uh,
always.
Indeed, it has. Are you free this weekend to do like any more streams?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
free this weekend. I just got back home from a 36-hour drive. So,
That's 36-hour drive. That's
yeah.
insane, man.
Yeah. I had to drive all the way to Wyoming, then all the way back. And it's like an 18-hour drive each way, back and forth. And probably not even
Ridiculous.
plus like the stops and everything like that just to get out and chill out for a bit.
But dude, like, did you stop to sleep, right?
Yeah, we slept I slept in my car.
Okay, yeah.
Stop sleep for a little bit, and then like get a couple hours sleep, get up, drink a Red Bull, and then have like six cups
Based.
of coffees. Have like 6 cups of coffees. And it's just like, alrighty, let's go.
That's base, bro. That's base.
Yeah.
That's base for real.
Basically, what we did was like drive from. Hold on here. Let's see here. Oh yeah, so pretty much we drove from France to Poland. It's about that same distance.
That's incredible. That's fantastic. So, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like a over 2,000 miles the whole trip. Which is
Super good.
And
Super
I
good.
hate
Well,
I hate doing that.
mm,
But all right, yeah, I'll hit you up tomorrow. See if you want to do some more stuff, and we'll just find some goofy things or some topics, or we'll find some for the show.
yeah, that would be fantastic, dude.
That would
be
actually be kind of
fantastic.